Do we have a deal? Have they promised $200 billion? And even if they did promise $200 billion, what kind of time frame?
That denial that you mentioned, it's a little bit more nuanced. So the foreign ministry spokesman today said, to my knowledge, there was no offer. So it's a little bit mushier than first glance. We have had other signals that something is forthcoming. There was another piece of news today. China called off its anti-dumping probe on U.S. sorghum. That was going to hurt U.S. farmers. So there are signs of peace offerings coming out.
Right. So, John, we don't know, right? That's exactly what you're saying. Like, China's now casting doubt on this, trade deficit offer of $200 billion. Do we know if it does come true? So we understand it was leaked. Now they're saying maybe we haven't finalized the details. It may not be $200 billion. But if it were $200 billion, what would the U.S. have offered as a counterpart to get it? Is there a link with ZTE?
I think ZTE is very likely part of some sort of agreement that was reached between the U.S. and China. The Chinese have obviously asked for several other things. They've asked for equal treatment for Chinese companies investing in the U.S., so less scrutiny from CFIUS and whatnot. It's hard to speculate on what exactly the U.S. might give in return for that reduction of $200 billion. But there have been lots of things that the Chinese have wanted, including the ability to import more high-tech products from the U.S.
John, help us with the x-axis today. The president has an x-axis. Republicans have an x-axis as the majority party to November in the midterm elections. What's the x-axis of the Chinese? Isn't their big advantage that they can just wait and wait and wait on these negotiations?
I think the ZTE thing is very interesting, especially if you look back at Donald Trump's tweet about how allowing ZTE to go out of business would mean too many job losses in China. And he tweeted that after speaking to Xi Jinping. So you have to think with how hard of an impact that U.S. policy could have on one Chinese company, the repercussions, I think, are pretty clear. And for the Chinese, what they don't want is anything destabilizing the economy. And what they also don't want is to be seen giving in to U.S. demands.